All right, we are on the air. Welcome to the Shoresh brunch mailbag with Max and Liav. That hummates water.
Nothing better than matzo coffee on a Friday afternoon.
Max, come on. Pesach isn't for like another 358 days. We've got some questions for you, or other people have questions for us, and we're going to read them to you.
And we'll answer them, maybe.
Well, what do you do if you're allergic to bees and there are wasps in the snow cone shack and you're at home?
It's a great question.
This, my friend, is a little thing I like to call a non-issue.
Why is that, Liav?
You see, sometimes there's an issue, right? And you have it. And you have it. You take it and you care for it. And this is your issue.
Yeah.
Other people have their issues, but this one is yours, right?
Okay.
This is an issue. It's there. Now, there are other times when that issue is not there. So there is no, but like with an N at the end, issue. There's a known non-issue. So
it's double positive.
You have it. If you're not there in the shack with the bees, you don't have it. You have to take care of that issue. It's a non-one. It's one of the non-ones of those.
Especially if Nurse Amy is your next door neighbor, then you're totally good.
Wow. I was going to let you ask the next question, but you just opened up the next question that I have right here perfectly. Will Nurse Amy be available for Zoom?
Have you met Nurse Amy? Of course she is.
You can call her 24/7, 367 days a year. We'll figure out the logistics of that.
And I'll offer some matzo coffee. If I stay muted the whole time, can I be in the official cantata singing group? But what if it's a skit?
I don't know if that would work for the skit, right? Because unless you're a mime.
I don't know, because then you could pull a magic and be making faces in the background that take away the whole point of the cantata.
Oh, man. You wouldn't want to do that, hypothetically. If you were to do that, then you wouldn't
Never ever happened before.
Oh, never. Who would ask that kind of question if they stay muted? Well, it's got to be someone with a great voice.
Of course. Someone that's really humble and only talks when needed. I gotta imagine this person's probably, if they're this humble and this quiet, this person's never won a color war.
Yeah, I can't imagine something like that ever happening to someone like this.
Can the hypnotist perform over Zoom?
Can he say to you, sleep?
I mean, he hasn't proved that he can't.
You're not wrong.
So,
what if he can make your cantaloupe taste like anything over Zoom?
What if he can make your parents give you $100 allowance over Zoom?
What if he can make you think you're at camp? We've just solved Shoresh Online.
The whole summer.
Will the color war point scoring rubric stay the same? If so, what is the color war rubric? Why is it so rigged? And what does it have against me?
It sounds like a very self-based question.
It sounds very personal. Yeah. I hear a lot of anger, a lot of repressed or maybe not so repressed anger. It's built up here for like, I don't know, 13, 14 years. Somewhere around there.
I think this person has come to the cusp of winning a color war. And when the black team wins, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I feel like they've been in second place in color war a lot. So close, right?
Maybe one third place finish. Junior Shoresh gets up there sometimes.
That's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah. Can points be deducted for misbehaving on the bus? If you're on Fran's bus.
If you're on Fran's bus, like, good luck. Do staff members still need a criminal background check if we're working over Zoom? Asking for a friend.
It depends. Does Zoom have requirements?
Does Zoom require criminal background checks? Well, clearly not. We're here.
But you are in the kids' homes, technically, though you're looking in their roof, like their houses.
That's a good point.
So you might need some kind of safety clearance.
What if you're a criminal? We didn't background check it, and then they let you into their home via Zoom, and you just steal all of their things?
And what if you're a hypnotist and you just steal the whole house?
What if you make them, write over the deed of the house? I don't know how houses or deeds work, but what if they do that? What if they just give it to you?
So I'm thinking that there needs to be a boot camp, a rigorous boot camp. Like you're to join the army.
We do like a flip-flop camp instead, or?
Yeah, I think we have a really obvious question here. How can Avi Edelman get off the bus if he's trapped at home? Well, I think the answer is, how is Avi Edelman trapped at home if he can't get off the bus?
If an Avi Edelman gets off the bus over isolation and nobody else sees, did it really happen?
Or did he just make the bus his home?
Or did the bus leave Avi Edelman?
That's probably true. If you ever met Avi Edelman, then he probably was left.
How will people know I've stepped up in the Jewish world by moving to Silver Spring if I don't ride the Silver Spring bus?
That's a really tough one. That's a really unfortunate situation.
Right? I feel for them.
But when you think about it, are you really moving up or you live in Silver Spring? I think you have to take a selfie with Ben Yehuda's in the background.
You take a picture of Ben Yehuda's and you make that your virtual background. You can thank us later.
Yeah, can I offer you some disgusting cereal?
Yeah. Please. Here, have a tissue here.
It's Sour Patch Kids. Here. I saw the box. I was like, is this kosher? Because it looks really good. It's candy, and candy is delicious. Then I bought it, and then I took it home and ate it, and I was like, I made the biggest mistake of my life. I just wasted my whole Shoresh paycheck, and now I'm paying the consequences.
This past summer, Shoresh didn't think my bunk deserved rights, so our bunkhouse was a table in the community center. How will they determine who gets rights this summer? I think we could just do like a Shoresh-wide lottery, and you either get rights or you don't.
What if a staff kid wins that lottery? I mean, it's going to happen, right?
What if?
Who are we asking here?
Aside from the staff kids, who gets rights? No one.
I think we have a Shidduch here, Liav, in this question.
All right.
One time when Sean Mosley came to camp, he talked for like 30 minutes about his incredible, successful career, because after all, he is a star. I raised my hand and asked when he had his first kiss. This was last year. Who's asking this question, Liav? Do we think this person wants to go on a Shidduch date with Sean Mosley?
If we read between the lines, there is heavy subtext here.
Because this isn't even a question; it's just a statement.
It is. We did ask for anecdotes as well.
That's true, but I think the fact that it's not a question means that this person wants to go on a Shidduch date with Sean Mosley.
They're making a statement by making a statement. Is it halachically permissible? I really want your input on this one, Max. Is it halachically permissible to say poof to your own Baruch Hashem?
Poof.
I think we just set a precedent right here.
Yeah.
Right? I said Baruch Hashem.
Poof.
And then I didn't say
poof.
If you hadn't, could I be Yotzei via my own poof?
Unless you didn't tell anyone to have you in mind and nobody else is saying your poof, you have to make your own poof.
I wonder if it's disrespectful though to preemptively say your own poof. What is the requisite time that you have to wait in order to make sure that no one else is saying poof so that you can say poof?
Definitely the same time you wait after eating meat to eat dairy. It's definitely that same amount of time.
So whatever you wait for that.
Yeah.
So if it's been 6 hours, half an hour if you're weird, and no one has said poof, then
yes, then you say it.
Nice. I'm glad we got through that one. Baruch Hashem.
Poof. Big Bird asking, what about leagues? Does that mean my undefeated 0-11 legacy will remain as is? So this person clearly dominates leagues if he's never winning.
I think that one's yours. You can keep that 0-11. Pristine, unblemished.
As long as the big beard remains intact, then I would agree.
Are we allowed to get virtual hot lunch if we don't pay, or do we have to eat virtual stale English muffins? It's not only the logistics of it, but the ethics of it. Are you allowed to take, if you take, and then say someone else comes for their virtual hot lunch and there's none left?
I think we have another question on top of this question.
Mm-hmm.
How do the virtual buffets work?
That's a whole other Mishnah.
What is the weirdest thing you or someone in your family puts on matzah? Sardines, bread, more matzah. And this person said that her cousin also did peanut butter and pickles.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Literally.
We've got sardines. Gross.
But cute.
They are all packed in that little tin all together. Bread?
Yep.
That's not right.
I don't know. The question is that on Passover?
Either way, there's something very wrong there. And I think they need help choosing what to put on their matzah.
That's
but then
What more matzah?
Got more matzah. If you have matzah on your matzah, do you really have matzah on your matzah, or do you have matzah under your matzah?
Which is the top matzah?
Well, there can only be one top matzah. If our campers get kidnapped while the camera is off on Zoom, then it's not our fault, is it?
I think that would depend who's the host of the meeting.
True, true.
And did the meeting end?
I feel like if the meeting's over, that's all the time, that there is no meeting. So that would be like asking if the camper ever gets kidnapped. Is the counselor responsible? Which is obviously yes.
Also, since when does a camper get kidnapped on a Zoom call?
Well, I feel like it's more likely than not on a Zoom call because they're in all different places, right? The likelihood of a kidnapper being near any of these houses is greater than being near just this campus in the absolute middle of nowhere. 107 acres of beautiful middle of nowhere. But
with great security.
With great security comes great responsibility,
That's very true.
As my Uncle Ben always said. I'm going to say yes to that question, though. Yeah, it's always the counselor's fault.
Yeah, because when's it not the counselor's fault?
Never. So it would have to be always.
What are the measurements for Lake Shoresh?
You know that thing with the measurements of the Aron HaKodesh in the Kodesh Kadoshim, right? It's there. It takes up space, but also it's not there and it doesn't take up any space. Are we still required to report suspicious characters on campus to Rabbi Dave if we see them through Zoom?
Should you define character?
We define suspicious character. I feel like any character who reminds you of like Magic when he only had a mustache.
Or we had that game thing in his mouth where his teeth opened up.
I don't want to talk about that one.
This next question, we've been trying to figure out Liav for 2 years at least.
Oh, hit me. Figured
okay.
It.
Where is John Zaslow? He was in our movie 2 years ago after we were looking for him in Disney World, formerly Hershey Park.
This one really brings me down, Max. This is one of, I feel, our few failures.
I think, especially now, because now that we're in quarantine, we have no ability to find him.
Every day I wake up.
You wake up?
Some days I wake up and I'm excited for the day, right? But then it hits me that we still don't know where John Zaslow is. And then it's just, man, getting out of bed. After that, it's like getting hit by Rabbi Dave's gator. There's no coming back.
And then getting back ran by it also.
Right? And then just like forward and backward. At the end, you're done. You're a sorry excuse for a hot lunch pancake.
It makes davening so much harder.
How can you have kavana when in the back of your mind, you're still trying to think of where John Zaslow is?
You can't have kavana.
You can't.
Knowing where John Zaslow is takes away all the kavana.
It's like needing to go to the bathroom. You have to take care of that before you daven.
Ooh! Has Avi Edelman had success with the Holy Shidduch dating service?
Oh, I like this one. So I reached out. I tried to get in touch with Avi Edelman. He has still not responded. I tried to get in touch. I wanted to bring him on as a guest. On
guest of honor? Or is that too nice?
What?
Having him as a guest of honor, or just a random guest?
A guest of tolerance.
Oh, fine. I can tolerate that.
But I think we can speak for him, right? We know him well enough.
We know him better than he knows himself.
We know. Wait, does he even know himself?
Does he know his name?
Does he know his name is Avi Yosef Edelman?
Us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we can answer pretty clearly.
No.
Yeah. No. It's
far from it.
Disappointing. We're rooting for you, Avi. We are.
We
are.
We're going to succeed.
In our heart of hearts and our kidney of kidneys, we're rooting for you.
And really, Fran just wants to kick you out of the house.
And the bus.
So we're rooting for Fran, too, more so than we're rooting for you.
We're on your side, Fran. We'll get him out. If we move to a separate breakout room, does it count as opposite genders hanging out while camp is in session?
Obviously.
Will Liav be growing out his hair again now that he's unemployed?
I think the real question we're trying to answer is, does Liav want to go on an FBI watch list? I think I'm going to tell by that reaction.
Thanks for tuning in to Mailbag Questions with Max and Liav.
Brunch edition.
Hope you enjoyed your Pesach. Hope you're ready to get back to online learning.
And to cleaning for next Pesach.
And already cleaning for next Pesach. And we'll see you at Shoresh Online.
Have a great Shabbos.
Well, thanks for tuning in to... Oh, it's gross. You know when you get peanut butter stuck to the roof of your mouth?
You have paper in your